Oh, there you are, YouTube.
October 14. What are we watching, bud? What does that say? Orphan. First one. Actually, it's the prequel. Orphan. Orphan, the prequel.
Are you not ready to say that word?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
okay. I was like, what?
Okay, so that's what we're gonna watch.
Look at my dress.
I love the other Orphan movie. Saw it, I don't know, last year and thought it was great.
Which was the Orphan
So
movie?
excited to see this prequel.
Wow, so Orphan First Kill. Well, first off, let me tell you about this. This movie is shot in like such soft focus that sometimes it looks like they forgot to clean the lens. It is like difficult to see in some scenes. And there's this like action sequence at the end that has some shots that look very fake. And I'm thinking, how come you didn't use, like, that soft focus is most of the movie, but it's not in that moment. And I'm like, this is where you needed to use it, because this doesn't look very real. A lot of this stuff needs some disguising to showcase or to hide the like the CGI green screen, whatever the heck it was they were using. But yeah, that this it has a lot of soft focus in it that makes it difficult to look at, I think. But this movie was wild. Like, the first one, I remember when I was watching it, it was making me, like, kind of like made me ruin my day. It like made me like bummed, I feel like, for a whole day, which was, I thought was weird because it's very like mainstream movie. This one has that mainstream vibe also, but it didn't like bum me out like the first one did. Instead, it was like, I was just like surprised. It went places that I just was not expecting. And like, because there's a mid-movie twist in this film that I did not see coming at all, but it is very, it's like ripped from the headlines. Not really from the headlines, but from the like conspiracy headlines. The a possible headline from, like, I'm just gonna like give a little hint here, but like the Jean-Benet Ramsey case, if you look at possibilities of what may have happened there, like with the family and everything, this sort of, I think, was heavily inspired by one of those ideas, like theories that people have, which was, I mean, when that happened, that twist happened, my wife and I are like, what's going on? What is this? What's happening? What is this? And then we like look at each other and we're like, and then when we like figured out what was going on, like, because something abrupt happens that makes no sense, and you're like, what is this? But then when they like basically give you the details that make it make sense, my wife and I are looking at each other like, this is Jean-Benet Ramsey. That's what's going on right here. It was, like one of the theories anyway. And it was just like, oh my goodness, this is wild. But also, this is a prequel. This is a prequel. And I think it was made, how many years, what's the year difference between the first one and this one? Like, it's in the teens, isn't it? Or like 10, 12, 13 year difference between Orphan and Orphan First Kill. Yet somehow they were able to use the same actress. I don't recall her name, to play this character. So she would have been young when she made the first one, and here now she's like a true adult, actually, and playing this kid. And I think because of that, there are moments where I feel like the like forced perspective and stuff like that maybe is a little bit more obvious than I remember it being in the first movie, because I don't really remember being, while watching the original one, being like, forced perspective, like, but in this one I was kind of spotting it and stuff like that, where they were trying to make her look smaller, but again, maybe that was happening in the first one, but I don't recall it today. But today, when watching First Kill, it was like, oh yeah, it's happening everywhere. So Julia Stiles is in this. It was cool to see her. Barely recognized her actually because I think of her as, I don't know, like a teenager. And then I also think of her as having like blonde hair, but she's a brunette right here. So that was different. What is it? Kiefer Sutherland's younger brother is in this movie playing the dad. Who else? Do I know anybody else that was in this movie? I don't think so. But yeah, it took me on a wild ride that I was not expecting. Just something shifts in it. I don't know. Is even saying there's a twist in it a spoiler? I'm not going to get too far into it, but I was just like, wow, did not see that coming. But I think it made it entertaining and silly. I think I like the first one more, but this one is like silly and fun, and maybe I probably laughed more here because I remember the other one. I was just kind of like, it was like, oh, like freaking me out or something. But this one didn't really do that. It was just, a movie, that went off the rails, but still entertained by it through and through. Anyway, have you seen First Kill, Orphan First Kill? And out of the two, if you've seen them both, which one do you like more? Love to know. Also, what movies are you watching this holiday season as we count down the days towards Halloween? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.